So, Fuki got a rework. Well, I don't have any other ideas for videos this week, so I guess I'll cover it. This video is going to be split up into 3 different parts. The first part is going to be what Fuki was like before the rework, the second is going to be after the rework, and the third is going to be my general thoughts on the character before and after the rework. And before I talk about the rework, I just want to say that Fuki is probably the character that I've played the least out of all size characters, and the one I know the least about. So, am I qualified to make this video? No. Am I going to? Yes. Also, I have no footage of the old version of Fuki, because, I barely played them. So I'm going to just show some random footage of some games I've got after the rework. So starting off with Fuki before the rework, the most I can remember about them is they had this yin and yang meter that if you attacked with a strong attack, it would turn black, and then if you attacked with a normal attack, it would turn white. And the only way to switch between these two once you had initially attacked was by using down special. Another thing that I remember is that Fuki's aerials used to have a lot more range and knockback, but I may be misremembering that. Remember, I barely played this character. The one thing I know for sure is that you were definitely able to use side special and up special while in the air, but now you can't. You can only use one of the two, which means this is a terrible rework, -5 out of 10, would not play again. But for real, this is a massive nerf to Fuki's recovery, which wasn't even that good in the first place, so I don't really see why that was needed. The final thing I remember is that your clone could be hit with a projectile and would be destroyed because of this. This was extremely annoying, but anyways, that's all I remember for pre-rework Fuki, so let's get on to the new reworked one. With this newly reworked Fuki, we have a whole 3 new alts to play with. However, all of these are irrelevant because of the funny music alt. In addition to the new alts, Fuki also got their own stage. This isn't really part of the rework, but it's cool nonetheless. Some other changes include their aerials now have far less range and knockback, at least that I can tell, and their neutral special seems to have a lot more kill power. And the biggest change is how you manage your yin and yang meter. Unlike before, now you can quickly switch between yin and yang by simply hitting your enemy once. And because of this, down special no longer swaps you between the two, but instead gives you both at the same time. This next part I don't really know how to describe, so I'm just gonna let the video show most of how it works. So if Fuki hits an opponent with a special attack, depending on what form they are in, either yin or yang, they will get a charge that allows them to fling out a projectile that correlates with the state that they were in at the time, with their neutral special. I hope that made sense. Some final minor changes that I've noticed with the rework is that you can use down special and then quickly wave dash by just hitting the parry button. I feel like a Smash Bros. Melee player right now. Melee? Melee? I don't know how to pronounce it, doesn't matter anyways. And the final thing is that your clone can no longer be destroyed by projectiles, which as I said before was extremely annoying, so it's nice that they got rid of that. And on to the last part of the video, my opinion on the rework. Overall, I really like this rework, and I think it was a much needed one. I can actually understand what I'm doing now when I'm playing the character now, instead of having to read up on all the moves and know all the mechanics in order to play the character. My one major complaint is they took away the ability to use side special and up special together while in the air, and this doesn't really make sense to me because Fuki's recovery wasn't even that good in the first place, and now I would say it's just about as bad as Zetterburn's, which is, pretty bad. Oh, and there is no new funny music alt, so I'm sorry I'm gonna have to give this rework a 0 out of 10. It has a little something for everyone.